Mills.
Yes.
Well, you know, well, she was
Was there no
doing-
meeting last night?
She's done all right.
What meeting last night?
I thought there was a harbor thing.
Still that?
Oh, I
Hardware
didn't know, this
store.
would be on Thursday. And anyway, it's not gonna be till next Monday, Russ's mother's in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And did you go to the last one? Cause he didn't even have a quorum last time.
No, I went, but the sign, the posting said it was this
Well,
Thursday.
sounds like the mic's working.
So I went, I figured, well,
You
I'm not
didn't
sure.
take it off, you didn't take the
Got
meeting
a
off?
microphone here now.
Oh, wow.
So you come up to try to,
Ooh, careful.
was the harbor board meeting listed for last night? It was Dan showed us.
I changed it before I checked with you, but it had been, yeah.
That's right, I went shopping. Get some-
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
What is that?
That's a table mic.
Oh, great.
Everybody's gonna be heard on Facebook
You
tonight.
get in front of Jason, that's
So enunciate
dangerous.
well.
Even
speak
those
up
little
for the
snide
cameras.
remarks we make come from.
That's right.
Okay, what do I have next? Okay, Jason, open up. Oh, Jason. Dan, open up.
I guess we need to
Sign warrant.
make a motion to sign the warrants.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And as these are signed, approve the minutes of a special select board meeting on November 7th.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And also if we could approve
I
the
vote
minutes
yes for
for
that.
November 9th select board meeting as
So
written.
moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Zipping along with old business, which is we have one. New business, general assistance ordinance,
Annual thing that you do every year has to be
annual thing
approved.
review, it has to be approved and signed so that people who need general assistance can have. Motion to sign the document.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
You're doing good, Dan. Keep going.
Sewer, was something leaking or?
Yes, there was a bill got omitted, so we had to create one bill. This is the commitment for the one bill for 8610.
Well, let's do the general assistance one first.
Motion to approve the sewer commitment on the
So
two
moved.
making one for $86.10. Second?
Second.
All in
those
favor? This one you have to print and sign on the general assistance ordinance.
And Renee, are you giving us a update on the Inhofe tank replacement slash
sir.
repair?
There we go.
The one tank is operational, and so we're back in business with the one tank and continuing to get the other one up online. I also have an update from Bruce that the new pump that we ordered a little while ago is in the ground today. They got it.
nice.
Oh,
I gotta be feeling better down
Yes,
there, huh?
I think Bruce will have a Thanksgiving where he can rest a little
Oh,
easier.
good.
He lives and breathes that plant,
Yeah.
so
Well,
that's
that's
an
good news.
update, yeah.
Tryptophan will not kill us.
So everything kind of came into play and we didn't get swamped with anything?
Just, I mean, other than our chemical budget,
Right.
that was taking a hit with those Imhoff tanks not operating correctly.
Oh, that's
But
what
one
it
is
was.
online and now they're working on the other one.
Now, as wonderful and pleasant as our staff and crew here in the town of Lubec, they do need some time off for the holidays.
Yes, and that includes Recycling Friday. So recycling will be closed Friday, but we'll be open for business on Saturday.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And so Thursday and Friday, all the town offices.
So, in other business, I wanted to bring up the ranked choice voting. I think that it's very unclear when you read the directions on the ballot, which says you can only circle one oval per candidate, but it's per
Oh,
line,
okay.
but there's huge amounts of people confused, and there were even towns that didn't understand it. So there was a letter came out from Augusta. So you can, if you only want one person, whoever you want, and you really want that one person, you really should go all the way across, just, but that was the first time we did this, that was totally unclear. I know many people only circled their first choice, and that was it. And that is a problem, so we just don't really have the ranked choice voting down, right?
Pat.
Pat yet.
Well,
Of course,
I know
we're the
that-
guinea pigs. Maine and Alaska are the
Yeah.
only ones.
But I know with the state, it's also not for the higher ranking positions. It's in
Yeah,
the
like
lower
governor.
legislative, governor and things like that.
Well, that's good, anyway.
So,
Anyway, that was all I had.
Anyone have any committee updates?
Mm-mm.
No, I was just thinking about what you said, actually, that I thought it was if a candidate doesn't get 50%, that's when you fall into ranked choice voting. And that's like throughout.
But then it
That's
goes
why
to,
we had
then
with
it
our
goes
rep-
to the second
That's
line.
why we had it with Golden and
Holly.
Holliday,
Harlequin.
because nobody got 50% in the first round, so then they go to taking the ranked choice in. So
Then they take
Now
the
that has
second. choice.
finished now, right?
it's all done, yeah,
Yeah.
Golden was declared the winner.
But governor was not on a ranked
That was
choice
the
basis.
only contest that was
Yes.
ranked
I think that's the only one.
Right.
It was the only one.
congressional.
So committee updates, no, broadband, we just approved
We
that
go
stuff.
rolling
And
along.
Comprehensive plan's not meeting in December, so.
Yeah, we're going in January, yeah.
Oh,
If you're around
Okay.
at 6.
I can give you a little update on the county budget.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, no, we're going.
It's all done. It's, the process is
Did we
done
get
yesterday.
sheriffs?
We got one additional. Yeah, so one
Then
additional.
Chris
sheriff.
Gardner spoke at the meeting I was at the other day, saying I was really, taking the money out of the residential sale, the property tax. But they said that, I believe he said that the state had not put in for more state troopers since like the 70s, something
And we
insane
learned-
like that.
We learned like 60 state troopers are ready and can retire at any time. 60 of them.
So there has
They're
been
pleased.
any money put in, that's why we're having, I believe this is why we're asking for more sheriffs, because there's not enough money for the state troopers. That's what and you would know that, right? He was saying they hadn't raised the budget for the state troopers or put any more money in since the 70s.
So what do you mean there's a distinct possibility that state troopers might be retiring? In which case, will the
Really?
county people be moving up?
That's what the sheriff was trying to prepare for.
Which would leave a gap at the local,
So Washington County is broken into 3 slots.
yeah,
The whole county is 3 sections.
yeah.
State police covers 1 section at all times, and the Washington County Sheriff's Department covers the other 2. What sections they rotate on a secret type of thing, so nobody knows who's covering what. The sheriff was trying to prepare to be able to cover all 3 slots 100% of the time. And just leave the state police to be able to cover, like the incident that happened in Addison, the specialty calls, bomb
Yeah.
squads, the murders, things like that, the task force that, like we had here in Lubec. State police would still be heavily involved and would control those scenes. But for patrolling, the sheriff was trying to prepare Washington County to be just county patrol. But it's not gonna happen this year. But we got
3 more, right?
You'd need 4 to be able to cover that whole slot, 4. But you got 1 of the 4, so we'll see what happens
Had this
next year.
been explained right up front?
Yes, this was actually very clear. The media was involved heavily this time. Actually, yesterday, one of the news channels were right there in the room. So it's been out there publicly in the press. I sent an email out to all the constituents that I represent, which is not just Lubec, it's the whole district too that I represent.
Yeah.
I didn't hear back from, I heard a little bit of
You mean on
questioning
the
from
budget?
Eastport, but that was it, nobody else contacted me. And so I encourage the public to be involved in this process. Reach out to who's representing you and let them know how you feel
So
and
which,
how you vote.
you represent District 2 in what committee, not the Budget Committee?
On the budget committee, I represent District 2.
What about Chris?
That's Chris Gardner's district.
Okay,
No,
doesn't he represent District 2?
He's a commissioner on
Right.
the budget committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people on the Budget Committee? So what other, so it's for the whole state that you're on?
County, just Washington County was it.
Okay.
See, your
So
property tax
district-
bill was
yeah,
broke
so
up
you're
into
not talking
3
about
parts.
Congressional District 2?
No, probably not.
Okay, so
No,
not.
Washington County district.
Oh, okay, so that's one of the 3 sections?
Yeah.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right, that's very good. I was thinking about you
Yeah.
when he said that there wasn't the state's not giving the state troopers enough money, which is why they can't help us as much as we would like them to.
It came down to Renee making the decision of, and I was right down to the fence on how I was going to vote. I really did not know until my arm went up how I was going to vote. And in the end, my heart went with EMS, fire departments, and police are all first responders, and they are in critical condition in
So what was
this
the
county.
vote? It was really close?
The vote that it voted down, the initial proposed budget of 4, it was voted down 5-3. And I was one of the 3 that voted for it, because it's going to take money to fix
Right.
this problem.
And then how did it get from 4 to 1?
They reconvened, they went back, the finance department figured out some different scenarios, of what the budget would look like with 1 additional deputy, with 2 additional deputies,
Oh,
with
good.
3, and then another scenario of hiring 2 now and hiring 2 later on in the fiscal year. So all those came back to, was it yesterday?
Yesterday morning?
Yeah,
Yes,
yesterday morning.
yes.
So they brought all those scenarios to the table, everybody looked at what the increase would be, and
You got down to the
we
1.
got down to the 1. So we started back at the 4, nobody wanted to rehash that, it went to 2, that got voted down, and then it was the 1 and that passed,
So how did that pass?
5-3.
5 to
So,
3.
So
So
Eastport,
you were able to.
Eastport, Jonesport, and Lubec
Who were the other
voted,
2 people
three.
that voted for the initial 4?
Eastport and Jonesport.
Wow.
So I was-
Lubec, Eastport, and Jonesport. And actually, you represent more than Lubec, right?
That's right, those districts, they
So,
are in districts.
let me ask, I was at that Sunrise County Economic Council, and we had lunch with, one of the EMA folks, I can't remember her name.
The one from Road Bluff.
But
the
she
Blueberry.
mentioned
Lisa.
that they had cut a person out of the county budget in her department.
They had,
That's
or,
what she said,
thinking
that's what
about.
she said at lunch, that she was gonna be down half a person, like, that
I
the
know,
the EMA, so when you just said that, I was like, well,
No.
did they take that position out of there?
no, because, her budget is mostly grant matched.
I don't
So the
know, 'cause
county
she was
only
just saying
pays
there's
like
gonna be less
$11,000
people there
for-
next year.
for
Like,
EMA.
For what-
this is what
for-
happened
for
for the
emergency
emergency management in
management?
Washington County. She had lunch with us, and there, half a person will be gone in the budget next year for emergency
Yeah,
management.
never heard that at all.
Hmm.
So it might have to do with less availability. of
Could be
grants.
grant, right, it could have
Yeah,
not
could
been the
be the
budget,
grants,
but I
yeah.
just, when you said EMS, I just was wondering.
Moving
I think
forward, I
this is
just,
fascinating in light of the fact that we are the more murders in our county.
I heard we were the murder capital
We are.
of Maine.
It
Washington
puts a
County.
whole new
That's
light
how I
on things.
started the meeting yesterday, I was the first one to
Yeah.
speak, and I said, in lieu of recent events in this county, I'd like us to revisit the 4.
Yeah,
And since I was on the smaller side of that vote, it had to take the other 5 to vote to rehash it, and they
Yeah.
didn't. So it went right down.
yeah.
Well,
And-
you
and-
got
but
one,
look
that's
at the
good.
pocketbooks.
More than just hiring more law enforcement, they might need to take account of the sociology of what's going on here.
And you have to remember too, these other towns that are represented on that committee have their own police departments.
Yeah,
And so they're constantly trying to increase and improve how attractive they look to get recruits.
mhm.
So they're all in a war
And
against each
all-
other,
yeah.
trying to get the same people.
And the whole prison thing, when they arrest somebody, they release people 2 days later
Mhm.
that have done felonious acts.
Mhm.
And I think nationwide, it's 50% of the people that have been arrested for violent crime are put back out on bail,
Yeah.
are back out of the street and recommit crime. Not, I don't know about 50%, but only 50% of them actually stay and wait for their trial in the prison system. And so
Mhm.
there's not a lot of consequences. Consequences have been reduced dramatically for
Yeah.
crime.
You know, not to belabor this right now, but I can never get out of my mind of what was watching this kind of thing about law enforcement and what it's doing to this country and how people react to it. And there was the retired police chief of, I believe, Atlanta, Georgia, who said about 80% of the phone calls that they get could be handled by a social worker or somebody in the medical profession,
they do that
not
up
by
at,
the police.
they do that in Seattle.
Well, and
There's a test doing that exact
Yes.
thing, because you get, abuses at home and things, and policemen are not
They're not trained to do that.
qualified or trained to handle
And
those
I
calls.
think that's where there
But I
needs
think they
to be
need to have a
some.
social worker and a policeman there, because the problem is, there can be problems. And the social worker's not trained to deal with
But
a
the law,
violent
so,
situation, so
yeah, and
we
I think
almost
maybe
need a
they ought to
team to go
consider
out, like we
hiring
don't have
a
this
social
Crisis
worker.
team.
a crisis team, right? You've
Speaking
never
of
seen that.
teams, however, now that we've brought such jocularity to this meeting the day before Thanksgiving, one of our favorite townspeople is sitting out in the audience
Yes.
here.
Did you
And
want to, did you
I
want
think she wanted to say
an-
something.
Yes, we forgot about you, Wanda.
I mean, you guys are talking really about important things, which does affect our whole township. It's affecting our quality, our kids, it's affecting everything. And get the state troopers, bring them up to par. That's 50 years ago. I was just gonna update on the celebration of light. December 11th is the parade. The 16th, that Friday's lighting of the tree, and then that Saturday we'll have our Christmas
I
party
have that all on the town website calendar.
with Santa. And I was gonna bring up something that we had brought up before about trying to get these bridge lights going again
Bridge,
on our Campobello, the Christmas
Yeah.
lights.
where's that's there?
Kids
Here.
going.
On Saturday.
No, it's over there, right?
It's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, around the corner.
The same day as lighting
Point
of
with
the
your
tree.
left arm. There you
But
go.
anyway, Renee did a lot of work on this, really, with trying to get it through the post office.
Yes,
And now she's gonna talk to a neighboring person to
Saturday,
see if that
17th.
person will allow it. And if that person will, then she's already been talking with an electrician. And, the lights, I think, are already on there, so we gotta get a generator to check them.
uh-huh.
And, but anyway, the celebration, our committee, would like to take this over. And I talked to that dear family that took care of this last year, and they think it's awesome that somebody's gonna continue to do this.
Mhm.
But I'm wondering one thing with this, if we get them going, everything going, and if Renee can get this set up, if we could set up an account uptown like we do with all of them, and just call it the bridge light,
The bridge light.
Christmas
account.
light or something.
Sure.
So that you can redirect money to that, for
Yeah.
that cause, and do a fundraiser for that cause.
Well, fundraise and ask for donations too, Carol,
Right,
because
donations,
they've stayed on the bridge all year, we don't know how many's gonna work.
right?
Yeah, so, I mean, if the board will allow us to do that, but Renee really has put a lot of effort into this.
So we need a motion
To set up a
Yeah.
fund.
to set up a fund.
Is there going to be any lighting of the bandstand?
That I don't know,
I saw
Rachel.
it Scott up on Facebook,
Yeah.
Debbie Rogers wants to do that again.
Yeah, I wouldn't
What's
mind
her name?
participating.
Deborah
Debbie, yeah.
Rogers.
That
I
would be
think
nice.
some of the Legion girls did that
Yep.
last couple of years ago, yeah.
That
and
would be
was
really nice.
beautiful.
So we'll
But-
make a motion to have a separate,
Yeah.
bridge light
Okay.
fund set up. We have a second?
Second.
Thank
All
you
in
guys
favor?
so much.
And
Thanks.
thank you for staying around, Wanda.
Oh,
That
yeah.
has been a discussion, just so you know, wanted to get some funds together, because it should be more than just Christmas.
Oh, what you,
So we've been looking at,
Fourth of
maybe
July.
something green for
yeah,
Patty's Day, and
Yeah.
starting a fund and a collection to
Yeah.
how that would work, so.
yeah, that's great. I wonder if everybody knows it was 5 instead of 6.
It was
We've been
what?
talking about it.
Have you all been doing it 5 o'clock right
No,
now?
this
That's
is our
the
first
first
one.
one.
Just started,
Ah,
yeah.
The
okay.
rule is as soon as, it's November 15th to April 15th,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
when you can't, park. Did we
Yeah.
pass that you can't
That's
park?
right. I don't know if you did
I
that.
thought we did
I
a couple
think we
weeks
should
ago.
do that.
Let's do that.
Let's
You
do
brought
it
it up.
again.
And speaking
I
of
don't
rules,
know.
the rules
Thank
are out
you.
of town.
Thank you, guys.
The rules are out of town.
Oh, that's right, John especially.
Oh, rules.
So,
Oh,
so I'll make a motion that we go ahead with what we do annually, no street side parking
Yeah.
at, after, when? At night?
6 P to 6 A.
PM to 6 AM.
Yes,
Second,
that's a
all in
good idea.
favor? So it's November 15th to April
Winter parking,
15th.
yeah.
And
You never
particularly,
know, we can get snow in
as
April.
my daughter continues to tell me, winter is coming, winter is coming.
It
Second.
showed up. Dan,
And the vote was all in favor.
yes,
Mhm.
Thank you.
so I think that's all,
Good.
unless we have public comment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.